Well, hello and welcome to chapter 75. 75. That's a big number. So chapter 75 of World's Longest Suicide Note. My name is Roger. I haven't been suicidal in 8 days, 9 days. So that's good. It's been a good week. So that's good. We're going to keep that energy rolling. Important to know, though, even though I am often suicidal, I am not in any way, shape, or form a mental health professional or someone you should be, taking life advice from. So that's important to know. But yeah. Anyway, hope you're doing well. We don't talk about you as much. Sorry, it's been pretty one-sided. But, I mean, most of us are kind of used to that, honestly. Yeah. So, I'm on the verge. So I don't know when you're going to watch this. I'm doing it on a Saturday. And next Saturday, I'm going to be painting a mural. And I want to kind of talk about creating something that maybe isn't there for you, and trying to explain to you what the heck I mean. So, I had the idea that what my community needed was a group of people who got together and painted murals for nonprofit organizations. I had an idea that went back to a vacation I took to the island of Curacao. And if you go to Curacao, I highly recommend it. It's a very nice island. But you'll see a lot of public art. They got a lot of public art, and it's great. I love public displays of art. And so went on this vacation, and I was very much inspired by this, by the art that was on display, seemingly everywhere. And one of the things that they also had on the island was every beach area, all the beaches there are public. There was no private beaches. And all the public beaches, at least the sizable ones, had social clubs. And what the social club was is just, on some of them, it was just an area where they have some picnic tables. And it's a place to, for the local folks to gather and to be social. So, seeing that was also inspiring because, I think as we go through life now, in this day and age, social stuff has kind of taken a bit of a backseat, especially if you're, for the younger folks. And I'm not trying to say anyone's being antisocial. I'm not trying to say it. It's just we have a different perspective of what that means. And I think it used to be more, I think as a people, we used to be more social. And so I came back from that trip wanting to incorporate this inspiration that I had seen, and it had nothing to do with nonprofits. It's just the idea of public art and a social club. And so I know that the local nonprofits here often struggle financially, because there's a lot of competition for every single dollar. And so chances are they don't have a budget for art. And I love art, and I think art transforms a space. If you walk into a building and there's it's just gray walls, it has a far different energy than if you walk into a place and there's some art, there's some color, there's some vibrancy. And so that's what I wanted to create. Especially a lot of the nonprofits deal with some pretty heavy stuff, challenges, human challenges, and they really deserve to be doing that work in an environment that is more conducive to doing that. So that's why, and because they don't have a budget line item for art or atmosphere or things like that. They're spending everything just keeping their mission going. And so I thought, well, shoot, let's support them, especially the ones that would like a mural. I mean, I don't force art. I mean, I don't tie people up and make them look at art or anything. But for the most part, they've been very receptive. And we started this last year, and we've done a few of these murals. I love it. I love the idea. I love people coming together and doing something that benefits the community. This is really the whole crux of this conversation. And that is, there's a lot of times where things that you want to do or be involved with don't exist, or maybe they exist somewhere else, but not where you live. And so you have to make the community that you want to be a part of. So you may have to do it yourself. And so I was in that place where I wanted this to happen. I want an organization that does these things, and I want to be a part of that organization. Really, it's not. I don't want to. It's not about me. It's not. I'm in charge. I made this. Do what I say, because it's all volunteer. The whole idea is nobody's getting paid to do it. Matter of fact, I'm paying to do it. Because even if you have people willing to come and help and want to be a part of it, you're not going to ask them to pay for it. So I'm providing the materials and the time to put design on. The whole idea is I go in. So next Saturday is the painting day. And we'll have a bunch of people show up and paint. The paint will be ready. The designs on the wall. All they have to do is paint on the inside. They gotta like color the comic book, but you're doing it with paint. And be a part of something that's giving back, giving art to a community. And so there's a local nonprofit that does housing and counseling, job counseling, and the whole thing for folks who've been in foster care that are aging out of the foster care system. But they need to transition into their own permanent housing, and they need to make sure that they still have all the skills that are required to successfully be independent. And that's what this agency does. And so I think they do great work. So they're very deserving of some art in their office, where their people are. and that's what we're gonna do. So next Saturday we're gonna show up, and I'm gonna be there Friday putting design on the wall and getting things kind of squared away. But then Saturday people come up, and we do a resource drive where if the agency needs something and we have it, we put it out there and try to raise some of that too. So it's a really good thing, but it didn't exist in this community. I wanted to be a part of something, something like this. That is what I wanted, and it was not available. So I have a choice to either create it or to just forget it, not worry about it, just go about my life. And I didn't want to do that because it's something that I do feel is, and it's been proven. I mean, in the short time that we've been doing it, it's made a big difference. So I know the value is there. The importance of it is there, and people do want to be a part of it, and so which is exciting for me. But I had to create it, and when you have to create it, that means it's got, you have to have the time and effort and resources, or you have to know somebody that does. You have to sell somebody on the idea and get them excited and get their help in doing it. And I have some people who work closely with me, and it's developing. I'm still doing a lot of it, but I have some really amazing people who have come on and want to be a part of it and carry, some of the burden that it takes to, because it takes effort, and it takes, and it adds to my stress sometimes, because for these events, it takes a lot of work to put them on, and it's absolutely worth it, in my opinion, in this situation. So I don't complain about it, but I have to be aware of it, because if I'm not, then even though it's something that I love, it's going to stress me out. It's going to add anxiety to my situation, and I don't want to. That's not helping. At the end of the day, this has got to be something that benefits not only the community and the group, and it's got to benefit me. It's got to check boxes within me, since this is not a job. This is extracurricular activity that, but I think it's very, very vital. And anyone could do it. You can bring your kids and have them be a part. Let them watch you give back. And that's always like something that's needs to happen. Training up people to be, I hate saying training up people to be servants, or it's about serving people. Just because you want to serve people doesn't make you a servant. So, because a lot of times servant, there's kind of a, connotation. I'm a servant. Wants to be called a servant. But I love to serve people. Sometimes too much. Yes, we've talked about being a yes person. I'm a yes man, people pleaser kind of situation. So I mean, I'm not a recovering people pleaser. I am. I'm a people pleaser who understands what I'm doing. Meaning, I'm not doing what I'm doing just for the benefit of pleasing somebody, if that makes sense. Hang on. Doesn't seem right. I gotta check my master plan here. Because that button should be more over here. All right, so doesn't matter. It's early days. I'm just gonna move that over. We'll just have to. The button's too far from this line here. You can't see it because it's not in the thing. So why am I even saying it? Just act like nothing happened. They'll never know. So I had to create something, and again, with my videos, it's a bunch of talking until I try to make a point. Point is, I found that this idea was a valid idea, and it's something I want to be a part of. So there was nothing like it. I had to create it, and a lot of times that's where you're going to be. You'll feel like, your life would benefit from something, and now you have to make a decision. That does not exist, and now I need to do something about it. And I don't ever go into these situations lightly, because I know that I still am functioning with 4 mental illness diagnoses, and bouncing around suicidal thoughts. I have stuff going on. So when I think about these things, it's like, how far do I want? How much energy can I put into this? Is this something? So I'm very cognizant of where I am myself mentally, and I have to. And honestly, I'm excited about the painting, and so that's going to be a good thing. But sometimes if you're developing it, it's stress, and then you have the good thing. And so the whole idea is bringing people on, hopefully within time. I really want, and this is starting to take off. There's people who come out and paint all the time. Eventually you get someone who's like, I want to be a part of the planning and leadership of it, and that's when it's like, yes, please. And that's how it grows, hopefully. To a thing, my goal, my overarching goal is just to be a part of it, not to be in charge, not to be planning and do it. Say, hey, there's a mural going on this weekend, and I'm just going to show up and paint like everyone else. I'm not going to be putting the design on. I'm not going to be providing snacks and drinks and paints and everything else and the logistics. I'll just be able to show up and paint. We're not there yet, but it doesn't matter. I mean, because I'm still excited about it. I still get to put art on a wall and be a part of a group of people who like to give back. So, and it's part of my process, and I'm happy about that. So, if something's out there that's been just gnawing on you, I wish we had this, I wish we had that, consider taking that on. Consider, partnering with somebody in that effort, or whatever it is, or really, trying to get someone else to have that same vision, so these things can happen. It's on us. It's on us to do things and to create things and make this world the world that we want to live in. That's better for us up here than what we have. And if there's something missing, create it, build it, develop it, talk about it, and I know that's not always easy, I know that that could be the hardest part of any situation. I know that. But in a way, by doing that, you're putting yourself in a place where now you're going to create something, and it's going to be better. Are you going to be a little bit out of your comfort zone? Probably. In many ways, that's the only place that anything gets done, especially when we're talking about, because as the illness and as the darkness, we're in that, that heaviness. We need to do things. This is a positive step. So by all means, take this idea, and even if you want to do this in your own community, we have a website. It's called the Lucky Enough Social Club. www.luckyenoughsocialclub.com, and that's what it is. It's all volunteer, and you could start that. You can start your own chapter. You can even call it the same thing. The website situation maybe, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, whatever it is that you think that your community needs, that you need, then go for it. Absolutely. Within the boundaries of your capabilities. So, anyway, enough. Stop talking. Appreciate you being here and listening to my ramblings and stuff. And yeah, I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're fighting hard. Yeah, and we'll see you in the next one.